At one point in my life, I did think similarly to you, but as a boy, I thought like a boy, and as a man, now I think as a man. And that's fine. And that's fine, because here's the thing. As kings, we're all in different places. Understand this, we're all in different places. You get what I'm saying? Like, and it comes from experience, and the woman is sent to test us. That's the truth that I don't like, but it just is what it is. The woman is sent to test us as the kingdom. Why? Because man is God's way of healing the world, if we so choose to take on the responsibility. You dig what I'm saying? I ain't never had a problem attracting a woman to have sex with me if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And if I'm feeding her mentally, and if you're feeding her mentally, she'll be ready for sex before you are. It's an emotional connection. Sex is just a physical, it's a connection that happens within. It's just a physical expression of that. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to find somebody to do the act with, I mean, you know, some whores of the street, you know what I'm saying? You can holler at them. But if you want to have a connection with a real, a woman, the way God intended us to have, and for us, for our masculine to connect with their femininity, and you can be around people all your life and never have these conversations. I got aunts and uncles who I don't really know these niggas. I couldn't tell you what the hell their childhood was. I don't know. My uncle could be a fucking Captain Crunch for all I know. Like in World War II, I don't know. But I have had conversations with strangers, and we've talked about racism and life and different type of problems that we go through, and you can have so much in a conversation. I think when you see that, especially in LA, and that's rare. That's like snow here. To meet somebody where you can have a great conversation and not being rude or pretentious, and the conversation is of value, you have to like keep that person around because they're phenomenal, especially in this environment. Complete phenomenon.
One, how do you view gender? What are your thoughts on gender roles? And then how does that influence your dating lifestyle in general?
I don't think a lion wants to be a zebra, and I don't think a zebra wants to be a lion. I just don't. I don't want my woman checking the door at night. I want to do that. I don't want her opening the door for me. I want to do that. Like, because men and women, we think differently. I think sometimes we think we are wired exactly the same and we're just totally different. You know what I mean? Like, totally different for a reason. And I feel like it's real simple. God already got this plan for us. He already said, yo, I made the man here, took the woman from the rib, because the woman is part of man, is here to help the man, but the man has to have a purpose. A woman can't help a man that don't got a purpose, because she ain't got nothing to do. She ain't got shit to do. If you meet a man, he's like, hey, I got my business, this is what I do, XYZ, this is my passion, she says, oh my God, I love that. And she'll want to help and aid in that. But if a man doesn't know his purpose yet, she's like, yo, I'm with a man that doesn't know what he's gonna go in life. You know?
So my question for you would be then, so that's a very heteronormative, right, viewpoint. But how then would that apply to women who date women and men who date men, right? Like, because there's two women and there's two men. So you can't say, oh, well, you know, men are supposed to do this and women are supposed to do that, because there's two of the same, right? So that isn't a philosophy that can cross the entire board. So then what would you say to that?
I don't think there's any philosophy that can go across the board. Religiously, everybody believes something different here. You know, everybody's from different places. I don't think the point is to be the same. I really don't. I love people's individuality. Like my man around here, I can't wait to hear what he has to say about what you just said about the same sex, so I can get a better understanding of it. Like, I want the knowledge, and I think people want to be better in relationships, but nobody wants to study. Like it's not man against woman, it's not the problem, it's ignorance is the enemy. Knowledge of, if I knew, in a relationship, I have to have this amount of patience because my lady might feel like this. I understand now how to work the day to day. I got to clean up a little bit more around the house because maybe that's something she likes. Or maybe she needs her space more so that she can get closer to God because maybe I'm in the way. So it's about understanding and information, you know what I mean? And I don't think anybody should be the same across the board. Just from a different perspective, I thought about toxic masculinity and toxic femininity in the sense of, we're all hurting, right? From something. Like, we don't really like to talk about it, but it was a story in the New York Times, and it said that 91% of society's problems is due to an absent father. 91% of society's problems is due to absent fathers. Men in prison, women having babies at 14, the R. Kelly thing, you know what I'm saying? Women who have a great man, but is so closed off because the first man that they were supposed to be connected with let them down. So when you have that and you're angry and we don't go to that person, the next person we meet, we take it out on them. We take it out on them. I remember my mom growing up, she would tell my dad when he brought food home, thank you for bringing food home for us. Thank you for fixing the car. Thank you for bringing, you know, for taking care of the kids and everything. He felt like a man. Nowadays, men don't hear that anymore because we don't feel needed. The man is the most extinct nigga going out of the top business right now. Believe that, nigga. Jurassic Park coming back before us. And the only reason I say this is because the female is our heroes. See, my dad only did all that stuff so he could come home and hear my mom say that to him. Like, my hero is home. But it doesn't matter how much money she makes or you make, because even if my woman doesn't make zero, she still makes decisions with me in this house. So sometimes you meet men who are very arrogant with their wealth and feel like you are an extension of the property of what they got going on. And sometimes you meet women like that who are so arrogant and they're so boastful that they got all this money now and they don't realize that if God gave you this for you and your partner and y'all can move forward, you can help him. You got to be humble with our gifts, you feel what I'm saying, and not flaunt them in front of each other. And it's so important that we understand that women who don't have fathers, that affects y'all in so many different ways. But then when we say a man doesn't have a father, we say, all right, well, you're still supposed to be a man. A lion got to learn from another lion. Just period. You know, so if I would say anything, talk to men, and when they actually do open up, y'all, and I know them niggas don't open up. I know them niggas don't open up. But if they do, listen to them and don't debate. You know what I'm saying? Just listen, because nobody listens to us. Just remember that nobody listens to us. We got to listen to you, we got to listen to the kids, and then we go listen to ourselves, and our niggas may listen to us, but we really want y'all to listen to us, and I know y'all really want us to open up. So, you know, be our heroes in that regard, you know.
I just want to piggyback